Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633, we're taking a look at another Digimon Universe Appli Monsters toy review. This time we're going to take a look at the 3-plate set that was actually released late in November, so this is actually really cool to actually get a hold of the different plates. What's actually really awesome about this series is that unlike other series of Digimon, all the other characters that are the main, whatever is considered Digi-destined or something, I'm not sure exactly what they'll be called in America, but in Japan they're called the main players, are actually all here and uses the same device as the main character, Haru. So this is actually much more interesting compared to what we've seen in the past. Anyways, we'll now look at each of the individual ones and go on from there. So first we're going to look at Asuka's device. He uses the yellow plate, which is actually kind of interesting. First, obviously, we're going to remove the red plate that was Haru's. Basically what you do is twist, turn, and then pull it off. It's an easy way to just reattach the new type of plate. On the bottom, it actually says pairing Musimon, so that's pretty cool. Now we're going to quickly go through it, so here we go. Here is the Musimon chip that is included in the set. So, that's Musimon. And now we're going to Apparize Recordmon. So, that's interesting. Now we're going to uplink. Since it doesn't really matter, once again, which way you put it, we're just going to quickly go with Musimon and go with his fusion. So they become Mediamon, so that's cool. When you actually activate it again, we're going to quickly Apparize Musimon again. And then quickly go and put in Recordmon again. When you press the button on the sides, it turns out the burst also works with the other combinations too. So here we go. Digimon! So that's still very interesting. I still don't know what burst is, but seeing as all four of the main, well, not all four, because I forgot the fourth one hasn't happened yet since Duskman hasn't appeared, but once he appears, hopefully we'll see more about the burst mode at that point. Anyways, we'll now move on to the next plate. And now move on to Aries Appli Drive, which surprisingly is not a feminine color as usual. It actually is a blue color. Now, while blue is also possibly a feminine color, it's actually surprisingly going straight on pink or something of that nature, since a lot of the other female devices were going that route. So it's cool to actually see a blue device for the female of the series. We'll now quickly twist and attach Aries plate, and it says pairing Dokamon. So we're going to quickly go with Dokamon first. The chip is actually really cool looking. It actually has this cracked window effect. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's actually a really cool design, and I think Bandai Japan did a really awesome job designing this one. But anyways, here we go. Next, we're going to Aries her other Digimon, and that's Perumon. I apologize if it's not picking up on camera very well. Now we're going to go to Uprink. So they become Duskomon, which is pretty cool, actually. I think the design is actually pretty awesome. I actually have the actual chip of Duskomon in the first wave, but I'm probably not going to review the wave chips because it's kind of a little too complicated overall. Anyway, so now move on to the fusion once again, so we can go with the burst sound. For some reason, Duskomon doesn't seem to have that even though I clicked it, so that's interesting. So now we're going to move on to the final plate. However, before we move on to it, I was actually able to get, well, not I was able to get, but in the show, Aries was actually able to get Squashymon using the same fusion. So, although it is still programmed on this device, for some reason, every time I put it on camera, it doesn't pick up. So, that's weird. Anyways, we'll now move on to the next and final plate. And now we'll move to the last, but certainly not least, Ray's device, which is the black plate version. This is actually cool since we actually have not seen this character on the show, so it's actually really awesome to actually have the plate ahead of time. So anyways, we're going to twist and attach. This was a little hard to attach sometimes, but... Okay, here we go. So now it's attached. It doesn't actually make that sound when you attach it, I just pressed the button by accident. But anyways, in this one, it says that it shows pairing Appmon. So we're just going to quickly activate it. So first, we're going to work with Appmon. So that's cool. That's it. Also comes with Protectmon, which is the one that's used to fuse with Hackmon. So here we go. And then finally, we're going to go with the fusion. Now, what's actually interesting is that they actually form a Digimon called Ragermon. Now, it might seem like the Digimon that was seen in Digimon 02 or Digimon Season 2 in America, but surprisingly enough, the Japanese name was Lightdramon. So Ragermon's actually the first time they actually used the full-on name, since obviously that was something that were added to the dub. So overall, I think these plates are extremely nice, and it's actually really awesome still to see that Bandai Japan has found a way to use the main device and not actually having people to buy the full-on devices again and again and again. I know some people would probably just buy multiple devices in order to have one of each anyway, but at least with this option, now you're able to mix and match and pretty much just use the plates on their own. The only problem with the plates is that they don't actually add anything else besides the looks. What's important is the chips that it's included in the sets, but the actual plates themselves are really just for looks, and they don't add any actual functionality to the device itself. However, it also is helpful that each of the sets are only about $8 or so at retail, so they're actually really cheap to get a hold of, so it's not really that big of a deal that it doesn't do much besides outside the chips. Another problem is that if you decided to get a lot of the Wave 1 chips, a lot of these are already in Wave 1. We have Mightmon, which is actually exclusive here so far. We have Muzimon, which was in the Wave 1 set. We have Perumon, which from what I could tell is only included in this set. We have Dokamon, which is here also on the set. Unfortunately, we also have Hackmon, which was from the set. And then we have Protectmon, which actually, once again, is exclusive to the set. So technically, only 3 chips are exclusive. And basically, it's just outside of the main ones are exclusive. So if you ended up getting the sets, then you're going to end up double dipping on some of these chips. But obviously, these are the exclusives to the sets in general. So overall, these are very nice to get a hold of, and especially if you're a fan of collecting the main devices of all the teams, then this is definitely a good set to get a hold of. Otherwise, you'd probably just choose the best color or the best character you like so far, but I still recommend picking up at least one of these sets, especially if you really like the season and the device like I do. I got these in Amiami from last month, and it's really helpful that each of the sets, as I mentioned before, are really cheap. Anyways, please comment, subscribe, and check out Hero Club and Hero Taku. Also, please check out Twitter at Darkon633, and please check down the other channels down below, and I'll be back with more reviews, but for now, I'll be seeing you YouTube. Bye.